what's good everybody? Hope you're all having a great day today. Before we hop into this video, you guys probably already noticed, I don't even have to tell you guys, but the gameplay is a little old. It's not more recent, so I don't know if the Blackout map has changed or anything like that, but I barely play Blackout as it is. The last time you guys saw Blackout gameplay on this channel was when I was playing the Black Ops 4 beta, and I did like a mini review for Blackout. I'd never touched it since this game came out and put it on my channel. It's crazy, but I found this is the gameplay on my hard drive, so I'm like, you know what, let's clear off some disk space, and let's make some more room so I can record more clips in World War II, COD 4, Battalion, make some space. And I saw this, and I was like, you know what, let's get this on the channel. It's some really saucy gameplay, so let's just roll it. Also, if you are brand new to the channel, and you probably found this video somewhere across YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification button as well, if you do enjoy the content that you see today. So I was sitting back, I was just playing some Battalion 1944 because you guys know how I feel about that game. I'm really loving it right now. It really brings a good feel to Call of Duty. But one good aspect that they took from CSGO that they implemented into Battalion 1944 is the one-shot headshots. And just how they work with the headshots. I mean, SMGs, they don't one-tap across the map. And I don't even think they one-tap that close. You have to be, like, right up in front of them, I think. Even if that. But usually it's 2 taps to the head for SMG. And AR is 1 tap. Sniper, 1 tap. Anything is pretty much a 1 tap besides the submachine guns. And it feels pretty good. I mean, you barely even notice people getting headshots because the recoil is so vicious in Battalion. So, lining up to the head is not as easy as it would be in, like, a game like Black Ops 4, where the recoil is non-existent and the dot doesn't move. The dot's pretty much visible. In Battalion, your iron sight is shaking all over the place. And even though the recoil doesn't really feel like it's there, because the iron sight's flying all over the place, it's still hard to land those shots. So headshots aren't that frequent, but when you get them, they feel amazing. When I think about a game like COD, I don't really think of having to aim that well. The majority of the kills in Call of Duty are based around body shots. I would say more than half the kills that I see are based off of body shots. Nobody really aims for the head. It's not necessary. You can still kill. You could probably kill people twice as fast if you aim for the body instead of the head, because it's just easier to shoot the body in Call of Duty games. But what if they implemented one-shot headshot in Call of Duty? That would change up the gameplay drastically, actually. That would change the whole playstyle of the game. But would it be in a good way or would it be in a bad way? Now, I can understand why everybody's like, whoa, hold up. This is a little too much for me to take in right now. I mean, one-shot headshots in Call of Duty, that sounds a little obnoxious. I mean, it's already enough cheese as it is in the game. Why would we want one-shot headshot? And I can understand that. I mean, the games are already completely packed with cheese. And, cheese plus more cheese doesn't really make out for a really good game. But you really have to play it safely when you're doing a one-shot headshot game and you're implementing stuff in it like in any other game that does it. Rainbow Six Siege, Battalion 1944, CSGO. All those games, they don't have much cheese. The majority of those games are based around the gun skill and how well you can manage the recoil of your weapon or know your weapon personally. And people like to, single out and play one character or one weapon just for that fact that you can learn that weapon's recoil pattern. In Call of Duty, I never really ran into that issue. I never really ran into the spot where I just wanted to main one weapon. I could still use like 3 submachine guns, 3 or 4 ARs, couple of light machine guns. I could vary. I could try out different weapons. Even though all of them aren't amazing, I could still give each of them a shot because they weren't really that too hard to master. It wasn't really anything that I would want to put in time to learn because a gun is overpowered or something like that. But, it's overpowered with a learning curve. But it's nothing like that in Call of Duty. But back to the topic, I understand why you guys wouldn't like that. All the people camping on head glitches and camping in corners, just, pre-aiming the head spot where you would be wrapping around, just waiting for you to come around that corner just so they can drill you really quick. That would be obnoxious. And certain gunfights might feel like there's pretty much no challenge to them, or no actual competition or no skill because someone just got a random recoil pattern straight up to the head. But then, like I said, I look at these games, like Rainbow Six and CSGO and Battalion, and I look at how they make their games. And no, like I said, I don't want Call of Duty to make their game like any of these games. You know what I'm saying? I always have to make sure I say these things because, I go rambling off, and people take my words very, very personally. I have to double check what I say, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want them to copy any of these games. But I'm just talking about these games in general. They're fun, they're exciting, but they have no cheese. But the game that has the most cheese compared to all three of those titles, CSGO, Battalion, and Rainbow Six, will probably be Rainbow Six. So let's stop thinking about Battalion and CSGO for a minute. Those games are basically all-around gun skill, so I understand why those are good for one-shot headshots. But Rainbow Six still has cheese. They still have operators that have abilities that can really change how the game plays. But these abilities aren't overpowered. You don't see someone running around as a robot that has a minigun transform out of their arm, mowing down your whole team. You don't see someone running around with a electricity gun that one-taps someone and then electrocutes their whole team around them. You don't see people running around with a pistol that could shoot you in your big toe and it will fling you across the map. You don't see these things in Rainbow Six Siege. The majority of the abilities that are in Rainbow Six are more passive. They have purposes to help the whole team, for knowledge reasons, to know where the enemies are at. More like a specialist in Call of Duty, like recon. Stuff like that. That's more useful, and in scenarios like that, one-shot headshots are fine for me, because it adds a more strategic gameplay and a more strategic game style to the game. So when you do engage with a person, you want to aim for the head. You want that one tap because you know that it's going to kill them instantly. So why would you waste your time, aiming for the body and, drilling them a bunch of times when you could easily just tap them once in the head and they're gone? It really adds for a creative, fun side to a video game. Yes, I understand this game isn't Rainbow Six Siege. I understand Call of Duty and Rainbow Six are two completely different ball fields, two completely different games. You can hardly compare them. But I just wanted to make a point because Call of Duty Modern Warfare, they're trying to set out to be something unique and different. We don't know what unique and different is. We don't know if they're going to strand out and make something completely different from what we know from Call of Duty, or if they're going to stick to the traditional styled Call of Duty game. We don't know what they're doing this year. But, I mean, just throwing ideas out there, if they are stating that it's going to be a more tactical game, what if they do add one-shot headshots into Call of Duty? And it's not that bad of a thing. I'm not going to lie. I'm actually going to play the side that agrees with this for once. Instead of being negative, I'm going to actually agree with this. I think this is actually a cool concept. One-shot headshot is actually fun. And yes, people will be corner camping. People will be camping on head glitches. But if they're camping on head glitches, they're 10 times easier to kill. I mean, one tap the head, I mean, that's not too shabby. If you're using an ICR in Black Ops 4, that's no problem if they're on the head glitch. Easy bloop, easy one tap. So things like that aren't too bad, and they definitely add a more, how can I even put it? They add a more, I guess, stressful feel to the game. It definitely gives you a rush, and it really gives you something else to think about while you're engaging in a gunfight. Call of Duty, I mean, it's so casual, and there's not really anything to stress about when you engage with someone. I mean, more than half the fights that I engage, I'm just hopping around, jumping at someone. I'm not even thinking too hard about the engagement. I'm just running at anybody I see and shooting them and seeing who wins the gunfight. It's just easy as that. But when you know that you are one shot, when you know that the person that you are about to engage with could easily just one tap you in the head, it makes you think about what move you're going to take next. It makes you think where you will position yourself, who you will engage with, how you will engage with them. And obviously, this won't affect the speed of Call of Duty. Call of Duty will still be a fast-paced game. I mean, in Rainbow Six Siege, I could get a triple headshot on people, just easily walking through a couple of rooms, boop, bloop, bloop, done, all over, in a matter of 5 seconds. So, headshots don't slow down the pace of the game. Honestly, it makes it more aggressive, especially for good players, and it gives people something to grind for, something to improve your skill towards. So yeah, I'm actually a big fan of bringing one-shot headshots into Call of Duty. But it has to come at a cost. It has to come at the cost of no cheese. If there's cheese in the game, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see a robot with a minigun coming out of their arm being able to one-tap me in the head. You know what I'm saying? It can't be like that. This Call of Duty game would have to revolve around gun skill and teamwork, and less about how cheesy you can get and how easy it is for new players to get kills on you. The whole point of Call of Duty and what I loved about it was the skill gap between it. You could tell the difference between a good player and a bad player. And even though it was minor bits of cheese here and there, like one-man army or last stand and things like that, nothing was too drastic. But nowadays, cheese is absolutely everywhere, around every single corner. And gun skill is just slowly fading away. So if they do decide to take the route of gun skill and, basically basing the game off of who can control the recoil of their gun the best and master their guns better and, just having a better gunplay, then yes, I like headshots. But if it's not like that and they're going the cheesy route again in Modern Warfare, please do not even implement them in the game. It'll ruin it. That's going to sum up this video, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in to yet another one, and let me know how you feel about this opinion down below. Do you think headshots should be implemented in Call of Duty, or do you think they should be completely scratched and never even mentioned again in Call of Duty history? You guys already know my opinion. I think they should be implemented, but only if gun skill is involved. If it's all about the cheese and less about the gun skill and how well you can manage your weapon, I don't even want to see one-shot headshots. But if they take the path of being able to, have more gun skill and seeing one-on-one battles, based around who's better with their weapon compared to who has better cheese, then yes, I would love to see one-shot headshots make a return. Well, they were never in Call of Duty. I would just like them to make an entrance into Call of Duty. That would be awesome to see. Cool gameplay. But make sure you leave your comments down below on how you feel about that topic. Also, if you're new to the channel, like I said earlier, you can always subscribe to this channel. You can hit the bell notification button as well if you want to be updated on all my recent uploads. And if you just want to chat with me, I'm always talking to you guys on Twitter. I pretty much post constantly every single day. I'm always on Twitter. So if you want to catch me talking or chatting around with everybody, you can always catch me on there at JBoneman. And also, I've been trying to stream a lot more lately. So if you do want to catch my streams or you want to see me streaming around, you can always come over to my Twitch account at JBoneman2. I'm going to try to start streaming maybe 2 to 3 times a week. That's still not that much, I know. I should be streaming more, but my main focus is still YouTube, so Twitch is still a side thing. But I will do Twitch whenever I can. I do enjoy streaming, and it's a lot of people who show up every single time. So I really do enjoy making those streams with you guys. So we're going to get those streams up and running again. But thank you guys for checking out this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.